What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back to more Call to Arms. Oh my goodness, it feels like such a long time since my last video of Call to Arms, or any video that I've released. It's been such a long time, and yeah, we are finally back with it, and I have something really something exciting for today's video. But just before that, I just like to quickly explain myself that I'm sorry for not uploading over the weekend, and I was just really tired. I was trying to get back to recovery status, and now I'm at that recovery status. So thank you guys so much for all the nice comments that you've put on, and it has been absolutely amazing with you saying, you know, good luck, get well and all that. So thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. Again, it's just the support's been amazing, but and I'll keep going on about it, but not forever. But anyway, again, just thank you very much. But today we have something very new, and as you can probably see by the title, I'm going to be naming this something very special. So we are playing a mod called, if I can remember top of my head, it is called Reworked. Reworked Factions. So you know what that means, boys? Yes, you know what it means. We have factions in this game. No, this is not a joke. No, this is not a frame. I'm literally not kidding you. Call to Arms haven't added in their own factions, but this is a mod called Reworked Factions. Now, if you do want to play it yourself, then I will leave the mod in the description down below. Now, unfortunately, I have done some testing, and there's only 2 factions that you can really play, even though they've actually they've put in 4 factions. So you've got the United Kingdom, you've got France, you've got Iraq, and you've got Ukraine. So 4 factions that they've added in, and I've tested 2 of them. I've actually tested 3 of them. Iraq I didn't test out because I want to get recording. I want to try and get this done. But of course that I've tested Great Britain, and I tested France, and those factions look amazing. And Ukraine is still in work in progress, which is unfortunately something that I can't really show you right now, because again, it's still work in progress and not much has been added to it, as well as and I still need to look at Iraq, but maybe that can be for another video if you guys want me to look at that. But also, if you're noticing a wee bit of a change, I actually have done a wee setup change. I've got a new desk and everything, and I've completely set up. So I'm sorry if the lighting isn't great just now. I'm not right beside my window, so I've completely changed my setup, and I'm sorry that my mic is maybe further away from usual. It's just because of my whole layout of my new desk, so sorry about that. But today we're going to be looking at 2 of the main factions that I want to show you today, which is of course Great Britain and France. Now, I have already played them myself, just as a wee testing thing, just to make sure everything's running okay, and everything is working great. Of course, there are things that still could be added into the factions, but of course, again, this mod is a work in progress, so give this mod maker a bit of time to work around it, and I'm sure he will bring out probably most of everything what Great Britain and France have got. But we're going to quickly get into the action, and I'm going to show you what Great Britain and France first. First up, I'll show you Great Britain, and then I'll show you France. So if you do want more of these faction reviews on these different types of mod, then make sure you leave a like on this video, comment down below that you want to see more, subscribe if you're new, and I do have a few subscriber shoutouts I do want to do at the end of the video. So without further any delay, we're going to get quickly into this. Now, actually, hold up, before I do go into this, a lot of you do keep commenting saying, oh, how do you do these custom setups, and how do you bring out lots of troops at the same time? So if you're going into a domination mode, then you have this area over here. So what you want to go into do, if you want to set up like the maximum of manpower on that, you go to game settings here, and you change that from standard to custom. And then what you can do is you can mess around with the units. So if you want to, put in certain units into your game, then you can do that if you want. But to be honest, I don't really mess with that because I like it the way it is. So if you just stick with standard, and then you put the resource setting to 200 CP, you put the total manpower to 50,000 or 50,000 manpower, that means you're going to get a lot more. You're going to get basically everything that's in the faction. All the units are in the faction. So of course that with this mod you have A team, a B team. Now for this mod it is called Blue Fur, and that is for the allies. So for the allies you have America, Great Britain, Germany, France and Ukraine. Now because America and Germany are already in the game, I don't really need to show you that. Unfortunately, again, I can't really show you Ukraine due to work in progress, but I will be showing you France and Great Britain. Now for the other team, for the B team, which they are called Opfer, I think that's how you're pronouncing it right. So you have the choice of either choosing the usual Russia, GRM. Now they have added in Iraq, which I haven't played yet. So again, if you want me to do a review on that, then make sure you comment down below you saying you want that. They have the rebels, and I don't know why they've got the UAF in here. I guess maybe the UAF didn't officially join the alliance in this mod, but of course I'm just going to put this on random, and I'm going to show you what the Great Britain has for its faction. So if you guys are ready and I'm ready, without further ado, let's show the British are made of. Of course, that is a cup of tea and a biscuit. So let's go. Okay guys, here we go. So the game actually crashed there, or this game crashed. So what I'm going to do, I've actually put no enemy team on, so I can just get so I can give a personal review of what this faction is actually like. So I have, now there are actually different sounds you can get in this game. Well, they've definitely changed the sounds a wee bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to be turning the volume up and the effects here so you can hear the gunshots of these guns. Now each of them are very unique and to their own, so please do listen out for it. And of course I can't put any game music in due to copyright stuff, so we're definitely going to have to be careful. So as you can see, we are just collecting points right now. So as you can see, I'm looking at, look how many squads there are. There's a lot of stuff here. Now, of course, guys, I'm not going to get everything right in this faction review. So if you guys do have any corrections that you do have for me, just leave a nice comment, okay? Don't start going off saying, oh, you're wrong, you know nothing. Just correct me, okay? So what we're going to do is, we are not going to do this one by one because it's just going to take far too long. So we are going to be doing this as quickly as possible. Of course, we're going to start off with the tanks first, because that is one of my main interests. This is what I love about Call to Arms. This is what I love all games. I mostly love about the tanks, the armored combat via of it. So as you know, the mighty British of us have the mighty Challenger 2, or the Challenger 2 ADT, or I forgot, it's in a different language. It's called the Challenger 2 Apilic. It sounds French, but this is basically the Challenger 2's big brother. As you can see, that this thing uses a 120mm main gun, with this machine gun being an M240 and having its armor between 210 to 1050 armor protection, and it's got a crew of 4 to 8 or 4, and it has a maximum speed of 32. So this vehicle can actually get around pretty quickly, and of course it does come with a spare crew. Now the ammunition you get with this tank is heat, HE and APF, that very long one there, the APF SDS. So, and what I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing a couple of sound rounds so you guys can actually hear this. So I'm hoping you guys, our volume is loud enough. Mine is definitely loud enough. So I'm going to take a couple fire shots here and let you guys listen to it. So here we go. I don't know if you guys heard that, but a lot of you keep saying that you can't actually hear the sound of the guns, which is quite strange because I can hear it quite perfectly. Just maybe, I don't know, turn it up on your side. But okay, so let's look at the next vehicle. So we have got the Challenger 2, which is a little brother, and you can see that, you can clearly see a main difference right here. That one has spaced armor and caged armor, which is good against heat rounds. And yes, you can see that the Challenger 2 right now, which is currently what I have in Armored Warfare, has no side protection or rear protection. It's just a classic Challenger 2 with basically similar things. It has the same 120mm gun with the same machine gun on the M240. Now the armor is less, of course, because it doesn't have that side protection, which does give you that more protection that you need, which ranges to 210 to 950 with the same speed and the same amount of crew. Now what I love about the textures on this tank is, you can see if you zoom in, it has a wee Scottish flag, which is come on Scottish man. You can see that this is a pure Scottish tank. It's not British, it's Scottish, okay? We're just going to say it's Scottish, okay, because I take pride in it. So now what's good about this mod is that it does come with an extra one crew. So that means if any crew does die or gets injured, then you can quickly just place one right here. Moving on to the next one, you get the, now what I love about it is that all these things have pictures now, which unfortunately in the Swedish one you don't. Yeah, listen to the sounds of these, man, they're amazing. So as you can see, this thing is quite loud, and I'm just going to turn it down ever so slightly so I don't actually deafen myself here. But you can see that this thing is the light tank, the FV510 Warlord, which is quite a funny name. Now it carries, its main gun is a 30mm 2A72. Now I'm not reading this off professionally because I'm actually just reading off here, so I'm definitely not professional at this. So please do, I'm not, you know, again, I'm just reading off what it says here. Again, so its main, it's what I can tell you what it's good at. So this thing is definitely good at taking out infantry and taking out buildings and cover. As you can see, you're listening to the sounds and it sounds very, very nice. I'll give you a quick listen to it again so you guys can properly hear this. So listen to this. It's amazing. It sounds absolutely amazing. And this thing also carries a machine gun of the M240 usual. And this thing also actually carries, it has 30mm AP bullets or 30mm HE units. Now the AP units would be more likely useful against lightly armoured vehicles, whereas the HE is more used for the infantry wise. Now you can get some BMGs or the missile toes in this thing, which sound, the toes on this and the sounds in these are absolutely amazing. So oh my god, everything is just amazing, a good quality right now. Now I'm not going to go through all of the main here, but I'm quickly just going to show you what the kind of different trucks are like over here. So let's get everything out. Again, I'm trying to get everything to make sure, you know, so you guys can see it all. It's just that this is amazing. I absolutely love this mod. Again, I've been playing around with this, and I actually haven't seen this one. This is the SAS, or let's start from the right side. So as you can see here, it's very loud and noisy, which is probably why I'm projecting my voice a lot. But this is the Cougar M2HB. Now this thing currently, it carries what does it carry? It carries the M2HB, which it sounds amazing. Now this thing is very well armored, as you can see. It looks like it's got some caged armor around it, so again, good against probably anti-tank mines. So if it runs through any mines or anything, it'll just blow up, maybe it'll protect it. Now I'm hoping it does have that kind of cage underneath the armored vehicle, so any mines that goes over it, it doesn't, you know, do some harmful impact. And as you can see, this detailed is very well detailed. As you can see, very nice, kind of caged all around the place. You can put some men, some nice men here in it to protect it, and it's got a nice main gun as well, which is really amazing. Moving on to the next one, which is it's actually a Land Rover. This is the Land Rover SAS M2HB. Now this thing carries multiple guns, so as you can see, this thing is actually very nice. Let's just have a look at it. You can see that it does have that kind of that Land Rover look, as you can see, which is very much British. But as you can see, oh, looks like my camera angles are going funny, but this is, you can see that the troops here are very nice, or the way they look is very nice. Now this thing carries a main the main machine gun of the M2HB, which is the same as the Cougar as well. But you can actually, unfortunately, you can see this thing actually does have multiple, it has multiple machine guns over here, but for some reason I can't actually switch between the other machine guns. This is only the main one I can use, but you can see this thing is very, very nicely modeled and very nicely done. It has that spare wheel, has a few things at the back over here that you can put your supplies in. This thing is very, very sexy looking and very nice looking as well. And as you can see, it does, I don't know what that looks like, an antenna maybe, or a pole that I forgot what it is, but it's used for something else. But yeah, it's very nice. Moving on to the next Land Rover, which is a Land Rover 10, or sorry, Land Rover 110. The name keeps disappearing. The M2HB. Now this thing, as you can see, is a very similar. It's quite similar layout with the other Land Rover, but this thing, it looks like it's kind of less it's got less protection on it, or it's basically got a lot less machine guns on it, as you can see, because it looks like it only carries one main machine gun, which is the, of course, the M2, well, within its name, the M2 HB, as you can see. And listen to these sounds, man. These sounds are absolutely amazing. So oh my god, it is absolutely. So line up the Land Rovers together, you can see that these two are very comparable. I would say the Land Rover SAS is a much better vehicle than this Land Rover 110, so definitely my pick would be the Land Rover SAS. Again, for this thing, the Cougar is just an amazing pick over these two any day. It's just if you want more protection and you want to support your infantry, then this is a vehicle to go. Moving on to the left side now. This is the other light tank that you'll mainly see in the British Army right now currently, which is the FV, the light tank, the FV-107, which carries it carries the same 13mm gun as the Warlord, so but it is literally just less armored in every way. So it carries the 13mm 2A72. It's got, of course, a secondary machine gun of the M240, and its armor is absolutely dog shit. You can see that this thing will get literally penetrated everywhere on the tank, but this thing is quite a sneaky vehicle if you want to do a wee bit of spotting for reconnaissance or anything. Oh look, there's a dog or a wolf, whatever it is. Anyway, you can see that this thing is basically a lot less. It's basically, you're better off with the Warlord, because the Warlord has the same 30mm gun, but as you can see that the Warlord actually has spaced armor at the side. It is a larger vehicle though, which is a downfall, but this thing carries a tow, which gives you the chance to take out quite medium to light armored vehicles, where this thing is only good for maybe infantry support, which I do recommend you get if you are just going up against infantry. But again, very nicely modeled on these things. You can see that it's got a couple backpacks on the back of the tank for supplies, and you can see it's very nicely modeled, scaled towards a real life FE. Now, of course, that not everything in this mod is going to be particularly accurate, but please do give the mod maker a bit of support for it. Moving on to the next light tank, this is the FE510. Now this is the younger brother of the Warlord. So this is the FE10 Warlord, and this is just the FE10. So this thing again carries the same 30mm 2A72. Literally the only difference is that this thing has a wee bit of less. Actually, it looks like it's got more side armor. It looks like, actually, let's just compare these two over here. If we bring the Warlord and just the FE10, we're going to do a comparable sight, and just listen to the sounds of these. They sound absolutely amazing. But if we compare these two tanks side by side, we will see the clear difference of them. Now, okay, so let's line them up here. Okay, so as you can see that, sorry, let's just line them up. So you can see that the Warlord is slightly better. Armor wise, I would say that the FE10 is actually better armored, for the fact that it does have caged armor around here, and I'd love you to kind of stop. Can you turn off your engine, please? I'm trying to make content here. But no, you can see that this thing is slightly better armored because it has, there we go, it has some caged armor around the side. It has more protection side, spaced armor at the side, which gives it a more chance to survive against hard hitting tanks. Whereas this thing just has side armor, and it's just the main thing that the Warlord has over the normal FE is that this thing has a tow missile, which again allows you to take out much heavily armored vehicles. Again, this vehicle is more used for infantry support and maybe lightly armored vehicles. So definitely, when you're choosing between the two, be careful what you are taking out. If it's against vehicles, against lightly to medium armored vehicles, take the Warlord. But if you're just fighting infantry, then take the FE. But again, very nicely modeled, scaled in. Right, last thing that I do actually want to show you before I wrap up today's video, which is this thing over here. Now this thing has absolutely no armament on it. It's just, what this is, as you can already see on it, that this is, as you can see on the logo, that this thing is a medic vehicle. Well, is what this is what it says in the name. The FV432 Medivac. So this is actually something Cult Arms have not added in the game themselves. I know you can just get medics for infantry, but you actually have vehicles now for people who are injured, and you can take them away into battle. And again, this thing doesn't carry any armament. It's just a plain kind of armored vehicle for helping troops that are injured and take them back to HQ for a heal up. But you can see it is very nicely, all the stuff that is nicely very modeled in here is very nice. You can see it is very plain, it is quite boring, but that is the point of this vehicle. It's just meant to be for a med evac for any infantry that go down. And I think that actually covers mostly everything, right? I think I haven't covered everything, right? No, actually I haven't. So let's get these other two vehicles I do want to get out for you guys. So, oh wait, no, I already got these out. No, actually I haven't got this one out. And I haven't got either of these two out. I don't have the FV432. So these are the two last vehicles I do want to show you within British armament. Now, I said I would do the whole faction, but I thought this is actually quite a lot of time. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to split it up to two videos. So this part will just be concentrated on the kind of the armored side of it, and then the next review will be more concentrated on the infantry side if you want to see that. So moving on to the very last things that I do want to discuss in the armored vehicle of the British Army, which is the FV432's model. Now, as you can see, that these vehicles are quite close in comparison. The way that they look is very comparable. Unfortunately, I've got this at the wrong time of day. It's kind of dusk time, but you can see that if we just compare these guys side by side, you can see that one looks a lot more better than the other. So we've got, first we have, let's look at the FV432 H2 M2 HB. So this thing carries a standard, the M2 HB, which is the secondary gun on the Challenger 2. So again, this thing has a lot, actually has, you can see that this thing is very well detailed modeled in. It has some caged armor at the kind of the front here, as you can see, and it has a lot of spaced armor at the side. Again, good for use maybe against infantry that use RPGs against you, or against any tanks that maybe try to use heat against you at the back. This is what the caged armor is for back here. And also it is very nicely detailed in, little things added in, like, you know, wee antennas over here, little sandbags over here, you know, little wheels added to the front, and you can see the lights are caged as well, so which is really nice. And unfortunately, this thing is, again, it's only really good for infantry support, nothing really else. Maybe against lightly armored to medium armored vehicles, again, because it only carries only does carry that this MB, this M2 MB, which again really only good against infantry actually. Okay, moving on to the very last vehicle I want to discuss, which is this thing here, which looks absolutely crazy. Look at this thing. This is the FV432 Bulldog M2 HB, which looks absolutely fucking sexy. Look at this thing. This thing actually has a wee turret that you can move about. Instead of having, you know, an automated gun, an automated thing to do it, you can actually man a crew, and it has protection. It protects the crew. So look at this. It protects this one person a lot. This thing has caged armor around the turret here. It has a lot of protection at kind of the front shield of the gun. Now this thing again carries the same gun as the M2 HB. Well, that's the name of the gun. It's the M2 HB. It's literally the only thing that this thing has over this normal one is that it's more armored in every way, as you can see right now. It has a lot more caged armor around here. It looks a lot thicker. The armor is actually very similar laid out, as you can see, but the only thing that's different is that you're actually up higher on the gun, so whereas this thing is quite low down, so this thing you can't really shoot up at targets, whereas this thing is quite high, so you might be able to shoot over a few stuff like at infantry that are hiding and you can see them. But this crew person is very well protected with a caged shield around him, and also a very nice kind of shielded area where the main gun is. So it is very nice, and of course this is one sexy looking army. So yeah, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. That is a British Army, the Armoured Division faction, or the Armoured Division side, I should say, of it. So what do you guys think of the Armoured Division of the British Army? Do you like it? Do you think there could be improvements on it? Do you think model wise, do you think they're all good? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, again, big thank you to the mod maker. He doesn't know that I'm using this, but I just like to say big thank you, because this is very quite accurate to most of the British tanks here. And you can see I do love the camos on it as well. Very nice camos to in the certain, you know, environment that it's currently in, which is very nice. So again, very nice job. You can see with all the very nice touches that the mod maker did add in for the British. So of course more will be to come, but again, this is a work in progress mod, so please do give the mod maker time to work on it. And this is just, one, it's just very sexy looking, and I'm very happy with the way that this the way that the Armoured Division has looked so far. So again, guys, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, I have got to do my shout outs now for you guys. So anybody that doesn't know that, is that if you do subscribe, you will get a shout out at the end of the video. That is a rule. And I just, again, big thanks to, of course, reaching past 400 subs. So we are going to get a few shout outs over here that we can do. So number one, a big shout out to Eggy YouTube, or YT. Thank you, guy. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if you're a bot or anything, but thank you anyways. Your guys are just amazing. I've just been subbing and it's just been amazing. But again, guys, let me know. And of course, that a big shout out to did I get it or did I miss it? No, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Just one shout out. So yeah, of course there will be more shout outs in the next video if I can find it, but you know what YouTube is like, I can't find anything on there. So I know that was a bit of a very long video, guys, but of course I will be editing this down and helping you guys out with what you guys think of it. So again, if you don't want to play the mod for your link, if you don't want to play the mod for yourself, then make sure it will be linked down below. But unfortunately, there is one rule with this mod: you cannot play with the heroes game mode, which is quite unfortunate, which they did say in the description. So again, read their description, make sure you read everything. And yeah, there we go, guys. That is absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love this, and I'm very happy with the way it looks and sounds and everything. So yeah, guys, there we go. I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and Earthspawn, it's great to be back. Keep safe, keep well, and thank you so much for watching Earthsport, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.